Welcome back to episode 3 of Grubbin Rebels. We are here again at Mr. Fry's on Flamingo, the best food around campus. And I'm here with
Nick Williams, senior center back for the UNLV soccer team.
Let's see what Nick wants to grub on today.
Let's do it. I'm gonna do the Jade. That's all for me.
We're going to do our first bite as tradition.
Cheers.
Cheers. Amazing.
Okay.
So,
Go again.
how did you first get into soccer?
I started playing like anybody else does when you're a kid, and your parents kind of just put you in whatever sports, t-ball and soccer, and so since then I played every year and loved it since.
Yeah, soccer, yes, everyone plays soccer with their kids. What soccer teams or leagues do you watch?
Myself and most of my teammates will all follow like the English Premier League, so I'm a big Arsenal fan, and you know, we got teammates that like all the other teams, so it's always fun in the locker room to banter about it.
Do you guys play FIFA?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do.
So FIFA, having, played a little bit of FIFA, I know slide tackling is a big thing in FIFA. How realistic is that from FIFA to the actual field?
It's realistic. I think in FIFA you can get away with a little bit more, and it's more fun. But no, slide tackling is real. It's fun. It's what we do.
How many times have you been carded?
In college, I've probably gotten like 10 yellow cards, and I've gotten 2 red cards, which I've gotten a lot of heat for over the years.
Oh, what do you usually do to get your cards?
Sometimes slide tackling, sometimes, just talking too much. Whatever it is on that day that gets me in trouble.
That's fair. Who do you model your game after?
Professionally, I don't know. I think I'm the person I've most looked up to playing with is an old teammate of mine here and at New Mexico. His name's Billy Jones, and he was older when I came in, and he's just kind of a guy I honestly emulated and tried to make my game after him, and I look up to him. So.
And talking about New Mexico, you're from New Mexico.
Yeah.
So what was it like with your time at Albuquerque Academy Chargers?
Well, I went to the Albuquerque Academy from the 6th to the 12th grade. It was amazing. It was where I met all my closest friends back home, and it was a very academically rigorous school. So it really prepared me for the college life, but it was good, and I really liked being there.
Do you miss anything back home?
Yeah, breakfast burritos. That's my favorite thing. I mean, I miss my little brother and stuff like that too.
Yeah, family.
But breakfast burritos probably is what I miss the most, the food.
Okay. It's fair. And speaking of food back home, what are some food places that Vegas is missing out on?
Well, because we're known for the breakfast burritos and green chili and stuff like that, I'd say Twisters and Blake's Burger and Dion's and Golden Pride. Those are all local places that we have that I miss every day.
Forget the family, right? Food.
Yeah,
I
don't need the family.
So we have a segment called Explain That Post. So we're gonna pull up some posts, and you're gonna explain it to us, okay?
Okay.
So for our first one, you posted an Instagram picture of you playing soccer, and it says Slime Season 2, which is obviously a Young Thug reference.
Yeah.
Who else do you listen to? And what does this caption mean? Why? What did it just come to you, or?
I mean, I said the season 2 thing just because it was I think it was the end of my second year. I think my favorite artist, and people give me grief about it, is probably Kevin Gates. I think he's my #1 favorite, and I've always listened to him.
Okay, what's your favorite song by him?
My favorite song by him, it's called Off the Meter.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say like one of like really like
No,
one of the yeah.
I thought about saying it, but I was like, oh, I can't.
Okay. On Twitter, you posted something that says, "Why always the Knicks?" and you tagged @J30_Randall. You want to get kicked out of the game when you finally play well? Get out. What does that mean?
I think I said why always the Knicks because just anything that could go wrong has always gone wrong. The New York Knicks, I mean, you're a basketball fan, you know they're terrible. And they're notoriously terrible. So I guess since they've been recently a little better, and just anytime they get a chance at doing something with it, it's no chance. It's taken away. So I was mad at Julius Randle, I guess, that night for getting kicked out of the game or something.
It's fair. Okay. Your next post, you said, "Sit in Gucci row," like they say up at UNLV. Why that caption?
I think it's kind of a rite of passage that you have captioned at least one time as a UNLV student athlete. Because I've seen it, you know, I'm not the first one to have posted it.
That's true.
I had to say it because, you know, it's a Drake shout out, UNLV, so it's cool.
That's true. That is true. Okay. And Cleveland, this is for you. What does that mean to you? What does Cleveland mean to you?
What does Cleveland mean to me? Well, it's funny you say that. I said that because that's what LeBron said when he won the finals in 2016. So I thought, you know, it was comparative to me graduating high school. But now my roommate is from Cleveland, diehard Cleveland sports fan. And so I guess maybe I dislike Cleveland more now than I used to.
Well, my classmates actually did research and they said that it was a reference to LeBron, so they were already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But what other sports do you pay attention to besides soccer and maybe basketball?
I'm a big baseball fan, and golf are probably the other two main ones. I like hockey. Other than that, baseball, basketball, golf, and football. Big football fan too.
Just a sports junkie.
Yeah, I'll watch it all.
Okay. Buffalo Bums, #fins up. What is that?
That was from a couple weeks ago. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, so they beat Buffalo a couple weeks ago. That was a big deal. So I was gets fired up, and I know some people who are from Buffalo, so I guess maybe I was directed towards them, and I guess the whole city of Buffalo.
And that's fair. The Chiefs lost to them.
Yeah.
It's fine. We noticed that you're embracing how you always get tagged when they tweet about the UNLV football player Nick. To get you guys confused. Do you play football? Like, is this a good mix-up, or how do you feel when did it start?
It started a couple weeks ago, I guess. Maybe at the beginning of the season. I just kept getting tagged in different things, or like my name would pop up in it. So I just, every time I see it and get tagged, I'll just retweet it and just kind of run with it. I don't know who the social media teams are for the different Rebel stuff, but I guess it's cool to get shouted out sometimes. I just run with it. I've actually never met the other Nick Williams, so I'm hoping one day I run into him at breakfast or something like that.
Dual athlete, I guess.
Yeah.
Soccer and
or I'll
football.
just get suited up one day for the football team.
How did it feel to be posted on Random College Athletes page?
It was actually probably one of the greatest days of my life. I've been following that account with my buddies since they've been around, and just hoping one day I got on it. I don't know how, but it was awesome. It was really funny.
And Tiger Woods was actually posted on that too, huh?
Yeah,
So,
I saw that picture of him today at Stanford that made me feel special that maybe I was posted before Tiger Woods. So
for a reason,
probably for a reason. Yeah.
Okay. And how does other UNLV sports influence you or your team or like your relationships?
I think what I like about UNLV is all the teams like really like each other and support each other. I mean, everybody's going to butt heads at some time and think they're the better team, whatever it is. But I really like that the student athletes on campus especially will look out for each other and say hi to each other. Or, you know, if you're in a class and you see a fellow athlete, just because you know from their backpack or their shoes, like that you'll try to befriend them and look out for them because it's just like somebody you know going through the same stuff as you. So I think all the teams have pretty good relationships like that.
And having to move schools from like New Mexico to here, like how did it feel like kind of having like your world like turn upside down and like the unknown after they shut down New Mexico soccer?
It was crazy. They shut us down the week before the season was about to start, and they said this is going to be it for New Mexico soccer after the season. And so myself and the rest of my teammates kind of had to scramble to get in the transfer portal and, you know, kind of get rid of that season because it wasn't ever going to matter. So it was hard, and I had never moved away from home, and I ended up finding that UNLV was going to be the best spot for me. And I was lucky enough to have two teammates also transfer from New Mexico, Bailey Leatherman and Billy Jones. And so that helped me a ton, and I looked up to those guys and appreciated them for helping me move away from home and, you know, establish a life here.
Right. Was there ever like a point where you were like, I'm just going to stop playing collegiate soccer, like this is too much?
I don't think so. I think once I had gotten in to New Mexico, it was like, and played with them, I was like, I know I can do this, and I can't give it up now just because somebody's trying to take the opportunity away from me. So it was important for me to keep going and try to find a new spot.
And like when you put that jersey on and being a true Rebel, like what's that mean to you?
I think it's kind of, I've thought about that over the years since I've been here, being a senior, and I think being a Rebel mostly is just about family and it's about community, because the Las Vegas community is so close-knit and everybody really cares about the Rebel sports, and all the teams are families, and you know, the guys are your family, so you're playing for more than just yourself. You're playing for, you know, the people you inspire back home and your teammates and the kids who come watch games. And so you're not really wearing it for yourself anymore. You're doing it for everybody else.
That was a really good response. Before we go, what do you want Rebel Nation to know?
Come support your men's soccer team and all the other great sports here at UNLV.
And that is all we have for episode 3 of Grubbin Rebels with Nick. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Stay with us for next episode.